When my husband and his ex-wife were having sex, they asked Olivia Hunter, our 6-year-old daughter, to go buy condoms for them. On her way back from buying the condoms, Olivia was kidnapped and harmed by a pervert. When I received the police call and arrived, Olivia was still clutching the condoms tightly. With her last bit of strength, she innocently said to me, "Mom, that man robbed what Dad told me to buy, and I didn't let him take it away. Dad will definitely praise me for being obedient." Before Olivia finished speaking, she passed away. My mentality went to pieces and called my husband over a dozen times before he finally answered. The first thing he said was, "Why is Olivia taking so long to buy something? She must have taken the money to buy toys. Go and check." Before I could say anything, he immediately hung up the phone. Later my husband, who had always been indifferent to Olivia, cried for 3 days and nights while holding her ashes. Unfortunately, it was too late. I forced myself not to break down. After dealing with Olivia's aftermath, I sat down on the ground, completely devastated. From the time I heard the words Olivia said before she died, my world collapsed. From the incident until now, 2 days and nights had passed. The police and reporters had come, but there was no news from Olivia's father, Derek Hunter. I didn't want to see him at all, but I had to talk to him about divorce. So I called Derek's assistant, and the assistant said he accompanied Ms. Chase to the countryside camping. When I heard this, I burst into tears and I felt the hot tears were burning my organs. Our 10 years of love and 7 years of marriage came to an end at this moment. After going back home and packing up, I sent a message to Derek about the divorce. I waited all night and Derek finally came back in the next morning. He became extremely annoyed after coming in and seeing my haggard appearance. "Karen Eaton, what are you acting again? Why do you put on such an expression? Is someone dead? It's annoying to look at you." I didn't know whether to cry or laugh at his words. Derek impatiently put the things in his hand on the dining table. "I bought mango cake for you and Olivia. Hurry up and eat it. After eating, help me pack my luggage. I'm going on a business trip." I didn't move. Derek was enraged by me and he kicked me hard. "Hurry up and help me pack my luggage." I looked at the cake on the dining table and said, "Olivia is allergic to mango." "What?" Derek sneered. "Don't talk nonsense. She's just spoiled. She's such a picky eater because you've spoiled her. If you can't even educate your own daughter, what can I expect from you? Why didn't she come out to greet me today? Is she unhappy because I asked her to buy something? How can a little girl have such a bad temper? I need to teach her a lesson today." I was so angry that I didn't have the strength to argue with him. I forced myself to calm down and said to him, "Did you see the divorce message I sent you yesterday? I'm so busy every day so I don't have time to look at the useless messages you sent. I am serious, Derek. I want a divorce." Derek forcefully pulled my hair and said with a fierce look, "Don't let me hear it a third time, otherwise we will really get divorced. I just scolded Olivia and you want a divorce. Are you crazy?" He sneered. "Like mother, like daughter. No wonder Mia also said that you can't educate your child well." Derek's words made me so angry. I struggled to retort, "Why does she, Mia Chase, have the right to say such things about my child? Because she is a teacher and is better at educating children than you. So what if she's a teacher? She is just a mistress who is shameless. And you're not human. How could you let Olivia buy that kind of thing? Do you know what happened to her?" Lucas interrupted me with a slap as he spoke angrily. "How dare you judge Mia? I let Olivia buy things to train her. You've ruined Olivia." After speaking, he took out 4 plane tickets from his pocket and impatiently threw them in my face. "I booked a trip abroad for you and Olivia. Go traveling when the school is on vacation. I'm too busy to accompany you." Seeing my swollen eyes, Derek frowned and said, "Stop crying. You've cried away all the blessings in our family. I'll teach Olivia from now on, and you don't need to worry. Hurry up and give me a son." I picked up the 4 plane tickets and looked at the dates on them. Departure was on July 2nd, and return was on July 25th. I laughed but tears streamed down my face. How ironic. Last night, I saw a post from Mia, going on a world tour soon, looking forward to it. The attached picture was 2 tickets to Melbourne, with the date of July 2nd. "I'm too busy working. Travel by yourselves this time and I'll accompany you to other places next time." I looked at Derek's face in despair. In the past, if he had said this, no matter if it was true or not, Olivia and I would have been eagerly looking forward to it. The picture was 2 tickets to Melbourne, with the date of July 2nd. "I'm too busy working. Travel by yourselves this time and I'll accompany you to other places next time." I looked at Derek's face in despair. In the past, if he had said this, no matter if it was true or not, Olivia and I would have been eagerly looking forward to it. Every time Olivia asked me when her father would accompany her on a trip, I would speak well of Derek, because I loved him and my family. But Derek, relying on my love, had no scruples and even not cared about Olivia's life. Thinking of Olivia, my eyes instantly turned red, and my heart filled with bitterness. "Let's get divorced." Olivia doesn't need you to teach her anymore. She is more sensible and intelligent than anyone else. Derek's face darkened. This is the third time, Karen. Don't go too far. Under his gaze, I slowly tore up the plane tickets, then threw them into the air and walked away with my luggage. Derek shouted as he closed the door. Don't come back if you're gone. I would never come back. This time I really left. My heart died with Olivia. Before I married Derek, I had a crush on him for 5 years. When we were dating, Derek asked if I minded that he had been married before. I said no, and then we got married naturally. After we got married, Derek made me puzzled. He was indifferent to everything, and I wondered what kind of feelings he had for me. But I never cared if Derek gave me as much love as I gave him, because being with him was already a luxury to me. I had seen the way Derek loved his ex-wife, so I had always hoped that he could treat me the same way. I had been trying hard for it. Once, I saw Derek playing with Olivia lying in the cradle, with a gentle smile on his lips. At that moment, I thought I had finally waited for the moment, and I was very happy. But this was ultimately my fantasy. By chance I heard him talking to his mother on the phone. Derek said, "Mom, if Mia and I hadn't divorced, we would have a lovely child now." I couldn't hear what his mother said, but I heard Derek say coldly, "I only like Mia's child." I questioned him, why he divorced if he still loved Mia. Derek looked at me coldly and said there was no point in discussing about it. He said we were already married, and we had a child, so we shouldn't be entangled in the past anymore. Just when our family was living a long period of peace, and I thought the future would continue like this, Mia came back. As soon as she came back, she took away all of Derek's attention and love. It was probably because my love for Derek was too full that I gave him a daughter. Olivia expected Derek's love as much as I did. She carefully pleased Derek and even naively waited for her dad to praise her for being good before she passed away. I held Olivia's urn with SpongeBob painted on it, which I purposely got someone to paint on it because Olivia loved it. She was very well behaved. When I was busy, she would quietly watch SpongeBob. The little girl would sit next to the TV and twist her little butt to the music. With bright big eyes, she said that she wanted to raise a SpongeBob as a pet. Just as I was immersed in sadness, there came a sharp knock on the door. I had just opened the door when I was grabbed by the collar. When I looked up, I met the angry eyes of Derek. He gritted his teeth and asked, "Karen, who is Olivia's father?"